Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check it out. Here's a blast from the past. I picked up two of these units, not identical. This is the first one. It is old school cool. It is a VCR and a DVD player. And I still have some tapes. In fact, I still pick up tapes from time to time. I have a VCR down in the garage. If you follow my other channel, Farpoint Farms Restorations and Repairs, you'll know that I have a whole bunch of old school equipment down there that I use while I'm working on cars. Well, it broke, and so I ordered two, or found two replacements. I ordered them. These both came from the local Goodwill. This one here is a Sony unit. It is model number SLV-D100. That's kind of cool. You know, VCRs, they stopped making them, I think, in 2000. Well, I know they stopped making VCR tapes in 2006. I don't know when the last VCR rolled off the line, but I do know that 2016 was kind of the end of the line for even these combo kits. And there's some really rare ones out there. You can get a VCR that had a hard drive too, which was kind of cool for transferring over your old tapes to a hard drive. More commonly were the hard drive, or I'm sorry, the VCR to DVD like you have here. And some even did record on DVD, so you could record to the DVD. I don't know, this one, I doubt this one records, but it was like, I paid $14.99 for this thing. Yeah, DVD player only, so you can watch on both of these, but you wouldn't be able to archive old VHS tapes on this. The other one, however, is a little more special. It includes some added features, and I'll do that in a separate video. So I wanted to show this thing to you. This was an era, the whole VHS era was, well, I kind of grew up in it. If I'm going to take a trip down memory lane with you, I worked at a video store when I was younger. I had actually 3 jobs. Wait, I still have 3 jobs. I'm not sure how that's working out for me. But back in the day, I went to school full-time. I worked for myself part-time doing auto repairs. And I also worked full-time from 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 11 o'clock at night, 5 days a week at a local mom-and-pop video store. And so VHS tapes have a very special place in my heart. It was before the DVD era, or if it was, the store I worked at didn't have any. But man, what a cool feeling to be able to rent movies every night and watch them while I had dinner and did homework and went to bed and then woke up and repeated the process, bring those tapes back in, swap them out at work the next night. So it was kind of cool. And I, of course, over the years acquired a bunch of tapes, but like most of you out there, if you had VCRs, as the era faded into DVD, I replaced a lot of those VHS tapes with DVDs and then got rid of them. A few special ones I sold, but unfortunately most of them, they had no value at the time. I couldn't even get 50 cents for a tape, so I threw them out. I did, however, keep a few, and I'll show you some of those here. I've got this one here, Scrooge is a great movie, and this one here was a kind of an odd one. This one is Carnegie Hall, A Place of Dreams. It's just a bunch of cool musicians from the old days. Leonard Bernstein, Victor Borge, Ray Charles, let's see who else here. I'm trying to think of ones, Liza Minnelli, Frank Sinatra, of course. So there's a couple of ones here, and I haven't watched this tape in about 1,000,000 years, so that's the one we're going to play with as far as tapes go. And then I also have some DVDs. This is Rescue from Gilligan's Island. I'm not sure, probably still has a copyright in there, but I'll play just a second or two of it to show you that the DVD player works as well. It's crazy to think, but most folks don't even have a DVD player or a Blu-ray player or whatever you've moved on to. Everybody that wants to do the streaming thing, I have YouTube Premium. That's my streaming thing. I don't pay for any of the other services. I just feel like they're kind of a waste of money at this point because they're all just the same run-through garbage, you know. But it's still nice to be able to go to Goodwill, find a tape for $1 or a DVD for $1 and watch a movie that you may have missed, you know. As for this thing, well, it's pretty cool. It is a 19 micron head, so you want a 2-head VCR is going to be your least quality one. A 4-head is going to be your second best, and of course the best of the best is the 19 micron head. There were some 6-head VCRs out there. I don't think I've ever used one, but I know they exist. It does have an analog tuner, not digital, so you wouldn't be able to pick up or record any TV stations with this. But you could use a analog to digital converter, a DTV converter, plug it into the inputs, and then you would be able to record that digital signal to your VHS side on this one. DVD, VCR select, channel up and down, record, and these controls work for both the DVD and the VCR depending on which one you're on, and over here a power button. On the front here we do have inputs, line-in inputs, which is nice. And this is a grayish colored one. The other one I picked up is a black one here. And so DVD, VCR, we have RF input and output. We have our video line in and line out. And then on this one, and I'm a little bit saddened by this, it does have a component out and an S-video out, but those are only for the DVD. The S-video, I know that it even has an optical audio out as well. But I know on the S-video, I had a VCR that had S-video out, so I'm not sure why this one was only for the DVD player, but it is what it is. And then it did come with remotes. That's the other thing, is that if you're going to buy a VCR used, you better get it with a remote, because you're never going to find one or try to find the right one. You can get a universal one, but this one here actually is for this. And it's complicated. There's a lot of buttons on that one, I'll say that. But they're pretty well laid out. A lot of these, though, are for like recording. And since I'm not going to be doing any of that, I don't really need to worry about that. So let me pause the camera. I'm going to go ahead and hook this thing to a modern flat screen TV, which, by the way, you can do. And we'll get this thing hooked up and we'll check it out. We'll check out what it looks like to watch a videotape in 2025. Let's do it. All right. Well, here it is, all plugged in and ready. I don't have the batteries for the remote. I have to go get a set of AA's. Everything these days is AAA's. But I'm ready to play with this thing, so we'll just use the cover here and we'll pop in Gilligan's Island's Rescue. And let's take a look at the TV. Here it goes. So it does work. Let's see if we can skip ahead. Nope, can't skip ahead the illegal usage thing here. So maybe that might be about all I can play. That's I think it's a public domain movie, or made for TV movie. Rescue from Gilligan's Island. I picked this up at a Walmart dollar bin probably 15 years ago. But it's playing pretty fine. It is playing pretty fine. I got to keep the volume turned down here, of course, because of copyright. God knows, that would be tragic. And there it is, Gilligan's Island. All right, let's go ahead and hit play on that. And there it is. All right, so pretty good. Cool. All right, well, let's pause the camera here, and we will go ahead and stop that one. And we'll get that out of there. And then I've got this tape here, which is old school, man. RCA Victor Red Seal. And you can see the list of the people that are on there. It's good music. Of course, I can't play any for you because, we'll go ahead. There it is. Let's see how it plays. And you can see it's adjusting tracking. And it's playing pretty well. You got that vintage VHS. This was, it's just about musicians. And of course, there's some songs from people in here, but I haven't watched this tape in years because the thing's broken. But all right, well, I guess that'll do it. It's the Sony DVD/VCR combo, and it is the SLV-D100. Obviously, can't use the tuner part of it. And I'll have to get some batteries for the remote. But I just wanted to share that with you. Now, the other one I have is even cooler because it blends the old school with the new school. It has a HDMI out that works with both. And while it doesn't have a digital tuner, I don't really need to be using a digital tuner for it, it does have the ability to record. So you can record DVDs from VHS, which is nice, and it will work with modern televisions that don't have AV out. Luckily, this old TV set here, now, it's not even that old, honestly, but it still had AV out, so we're still able to use a VCR on this thing. I guess that'll do it for today, my friends. Take care.